Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship Korean qualifiers. Though it's more of a global qualifier because none of these qualifiers have region locks to them. But, spun here, in the top right corner of the map, we have MVP's Red Terran player, MarineKing.
In the bottom left as the blue Protoss, it's a deer.
Alright, so Deer, man, he was just, for a while, kind of a badass.
Yes.
I don't know, he kind of feels like he fell off the map, though, over the latter half of 2014. Just, he wasn't really in the spotlight as much, and nobody was really, the buzz wasn't there. I don't know. Deer's a good player, objectively speaking. I'm not saying that he got worse over time, but it was kind of interesting how quickly he fell out of the spotlight.
Yeah, well, he had a big run after all the WCSs that he got into the finals, right? Yeah, the finals. And then he dropped out of his team. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. His team dropped off the face of the earth, so he no longer had a team. And then he joined Mouse Esports, right? And that didn't last that long. That was kind of awkward. And you're right, it hasn't been very lucrative after that. But now he's on Samsung Galaxy. Yes, he is. And I expect that he's going to be, once again, that solid player, but I don't know about, like, you know, back-to-back WCS finals.
Actually, I'm loving Samsung Galaxy's roster. I mean, Solar's been we've been a big fan of Solar for a while. I wish they'd get some sort of badass Terran. They recently picked up Journey, but they haven't really played him much yet, so I'm really expecting and hoping for good things from him.
Well, but Samsung Galaxy's not doing so hot in Pro League. I don't know if you know Solar's score, but it's not... It's really bad. Solar
has a surprisingly horrible score. I know, and it kills because he's such a good player.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and blame the coach a little bit on this one. Constantly sending him out when he was obviously not in a good form. It seems like a really bad move. Like, you don't have anyone else that could be the ace match, really? No one? All right, then. I'll play, even though I don't feel so good, coach. Oh, well.
It's teaching him character, you know? Calvin and Hobbes style.
It's the long con. You know, that's only round one.
Yeah, the long con.
Stork knows what's up.
Stork. Oh, freaking Stork.
He was in these qualifiers. I guess he got knocked out pretty quickly.
Yeah, he played in the American ones too, actually.
That's right. Yeah. But he is now a coach, and we all know that means that he has no passion anymore. What?
Well, MarineKing has been proven to do a lot of really cool things TVP, but he also seems to fall prey to a lot of the vices in TVP, like whether it's blinks or otherwise. But hold on, Zombie Grove, am I counting this right? Is this 4 barracks coming down? Is this no gas still from MarineKing?
Use your fingers and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is interesting. But MarineKing has a bunch of interesting builds, so I'm not surprised anymore.
Well, you're right, he's got a lot of interesting builds, but they usually revolve around some sort of greed. Now, taking an earlier CC, okay, maybe you can rule that as greed, but it's the fact that he goes for 4 Raxes. 3 is standard, 4 is weird.
It's just weird. It's unnatural.
I mean, earlier today, we of course saw him do some really crazy things like double engineering bays back in the America qualifiers. What was that? He went double engineering bays before factory.
He just plain didn't go Hellions.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
But in TVP, I guess one of the nice things is if you are planning to go for a couple Marauders early, this is certainly a way to get your production ramped up. Maybe he wants earlier stim timings to match up with the combat shields. I don't know, but the nice thing is he should have plenty of production to deal with the Oracle that appears to be coming out of Deer with this Stargate opener.
Yeah. You know what I'm reminded of? It's not the same build, I believe, because Pult ended up being on 5 racks, I'm pretty sure. Remember when Pult did that push and overgrowth? He intentionally, like, sectioned off, so it was like 2 armies, so the Zelnaga wouldn't see it. And it was just like a lot of freaking units. And he absolutely destroyed the Protoss.
I'm going to say yes, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
I believe it's Pult, right?
It definitely happened. Anyways, that's kind of what I'm reminded of. And I wanted to...
Oh, that's
know,
awkward.
I guess, what MarineKing, when he's going to push out. It looks like as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, timing up with the combat shields you're talking about.
The initial poke. Now, the downside to this is he actually doesn't have enough Marines at home to defend against the Oracle. But the really nice upside is, because the Oracle's coming across the map, there's actually not a lot of home to defend against MarineKing. You know, you're not stuck in here with me. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Yes, that way. The Oracles do so much damage,
It
though.
is.
And MarineKing's not stimming up here. He's breaking down the rocks calmly.
I want to see about 7 or 8 SCV kills here easily. Yeah, it's up to 6 so far.
More. Yeah, all these ones should go down. That energy just keeps on ticking. You think it's gonna,
It's the gift that
go
keeps
away
on
very
giving.
soon, but it doesn't. So cool.
But here's the thing, right? Deer doesn't know about the back rocks going down. He doesn't have a pylon over here.
Will it make up for that huge SCV loss, though?
I don't know. It's going to be hard to do. The Immortal's going to pop and get picked off immediately. Photon Overcharge will go down, but that's kind of the goal. Pick us off. Get the Immortal on the way towards the natural base. Force Field's already burned. Picks off one of the sentries. Pylon could go down as well. Not fighting outside of the range of the Photon Overcharge. It's just 2 Stalkers, 2 sentries, and a Zealot. This isn't really a lot to stop MarineKing.
I think it's gonna be enough. He's gonna take economic damage, and another Immortal's on the way. Really gonna be helpful since it's the Marauders that are scary.
It's the ramp that's stalling him out. He didn't want this to happen.
A couple of Marauders in the Photon Overcharge, and the
deep
Marauder
powers.
does pop out.
Just barely. If that had gotten
Very
one
close.
more shot off sooner. Okay, so
Very
MarineKing's pushed back through this. He lost a lot of SCVs to that Oracle, a total of 12. Ugh.
He's gonna go back in. The
What is-
missile certs are up, right? Right?
It's not that he's going back in. He hasn't really pulled out yet. Ugh, freezing. But no, seriously, there's a very low army count for Deer to defend this with. The Immortal is super effective versus the Marauders, but the Marines are pretty good against everything else. Guardian Shield goes down, but meanwhile in the main, he's actually microing pretty well. He puts the Marauder in front of the Marine for a little bit of extra damage. So he will finally get cleaned up, though.
MarineKing does slap down to third base, and if he gets the time, of course the SCVs won't be a big deal. In fact, now down by only 10 with you account for 2 mules, it's really not that bad. We have a Colossus on the way. No Forge. Are we going to see another 2-base Colossal? And in fact, he starts 2 probes, I guess, out of habit and cancels them. I think so.
Well, I think I want a macro, just kidding. I'm going to go for an all-in.
Yeah, basically.
Well, the Oracle's struggling to get any more kills. I mean, the first ones were good, but the turrets came down pretty quick. And MarineKing, I mean, +1 weapons is great and all, but can he defend against the Colossus?
I really don't know.
I think if he comes in from behind and catches Deer off guard, maybe with a stim.
Yeah, that's the only way I'm seeing it happen right now, because this army is just...
His factory's late, his starport's going to be delayed, and once his starport's finally up, he's got to make medevacs before he can afford to make Vikings.
This is looking pretty bad, just because it is the follow-up. You know, if Deer was trying to go into a macro game with a third base, MarineKing, he gets back in this game, he gets medevacs, he drops, he buys time for the Vikings, everything's a-okay, but this is a great follow-up for Deer after holding off that initial push.
Yeah. Oh, this is really bad for MarineKing getting caught in the middle of the map. There's no stim, he can't run away from this. Force fields are good. That right there is pretty much game.
That's so... I mean, there's no Vikings. Like, what are you
there's
gonna
no
do?
medevac, there's no stim. Yeah, there's just no way to fight this. Guardian Shield's going to be way too good. Reducing all that damage, and looks like Deer will take a very nice game one. I applaud MarineKing's moves, though. This was a cool way to try and play this one out. He abused the map, he tried to go for the back rocks, but yeah, Deer just played standard behind it, man. He didn't really do anything too special.
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of sad. I feel like that's what shuts MarineKing down more than anything else. When he does greedy builds, when he does weird builds like this, playing standard seems to be the best counter.
Yeah. I wonder what would be the case if he had faced, for instance, someone who didn't go for Stargate but went for a Blink opener. Would it be better or worse?